Oh my God, it's a new week, everybody. Hold your hands together, get your mouths wide open because it is my best friend Monday. Folks, welcome in. High Energy Monday. It's that kind of a day. Good to see you. What's up? What's up? It's Monday. It's Monday and we're loud about it. We had double clapping this time. Did you guys hear it? The guys, they kept clapping. They stopped and then they started clapping again. Pretty cool stuff. Good to see you. Welcome back from a lovely weekend. We've got some things to talk about and do and say and listen to and discuss. And I'm happy to see your bright and shining names in the chat. I would say faces, but you know. How y'all been? What you been up to this weekend? I've got exciting things to tell you about, so please, if you have something that was like super fun and cool and sick and absolutely blew the walls down, type it up. Let me know. Put me in an even better mood. Let's keep the good times rolling. What happened to you that was good this weekend, folks? Give me something. Come on. Like, I'm talking, you just barely missed stubbing a toe. Yeah? I was walking through the bedroom last night. I think you were asleep. Mrs. Tomato just came and turned on the sign. I think she was asleep. I was walking through the bedroom. I think coming back from the bathroom. It was like 1 a.m. in the morning. And we've been living here for almost a year now, actually. Obviously, we went back to Turkey for several months during this summer. But our lease is about to renew. So I'm pretty used to this place by now. Like, we're getting, we're good. We're good friends. Appreciate you, house. Honestly, just absolutely over the moon about this place. But I was walking through the room yesterday, and the chair in our room was not, it was like 3 inches over to the left from where it normally is. Ooh, folks, and my foot, the leg, these are my toes, and this is the leg of the chair. And as I'm sweeping my foot forward to take a step, just ding! And it hurts so bad. Oh, man. And I don't think, she doesn't know, so I'm guessing I didn't wake her up. But I had like a good 30 seconds of face and pillow. Trying not to die from the pain. So if you missed a stubbed toe this weekend, I would really like to know. Because I'm going to live a little vicariously through you. You made it out when I could not. Proud of you. Your set is looking fantastic. Thank you. Very happy with this place. Your garden app got accepted. That's good. Yeah, man. We got you. We got you covered. Happy to have you with us. Maverick, thank you for the pyramid of dancing tomatoes. Appreciate you, dude. Scour Theory plays. Welcome in. Faldorn, good to see you. Lurch Lord Thaki, Mr. PK, Mrs. Tomato. Zero Death, my friend. Yui, welcome in. Locke, good to see you. Pax. Avocado, which in every situation when we're doing some kind of transcript of notes or recording of anything, it always recognizes you as an avocado. Sorry about it, but it fits with the garden theme, so I wouldn't be too frustrated. Gunto Talks, good to see you, man. Ketchup Gamer, welcome in. Miles, Monday Fun Day. You know it. Can't say that in too many places of work. Toes Gang has good music taste. Thank you. Why are we happy it's Monday again? Because we have survived another weekend, friend. And today, if we're lucky, Star Citizen tests crafting. Look, I don't know who you are, or where you are, or where you come from, or what your name or your doctor is, but Star Citizen's been like particularly not great at meeting the goals they've set out for themselves. At least in terms of like the very specifics. So it's been nice, even if it's a little bit catastrophic at the moment, a little chaotic. It's been nice to see them delivering on so many things, from Gen 12 to Vulkan API. It's kind of the same thing. Virtual reality support, those skull helmets actually coming in. It's nice. Didinsky, you have 3 kids. Your life is constant dodging of stubbed toes, dude. Shout out to you. Honestly, big freaking props. 3 kids, that's a lot. You're holding it down. My best energies out to your household. So excited for what's to come in our Star Citizen as well. Dude, we've got good things on the docket. The roadmap is looking interesting. As it always is. I mean, that's Star Citizen's thing, right? Ooh, we got a cool roadmap. But it's looking interesting because the things that are on it are actually happening to some extent. I'm talking about the 1.0 stuff. Like, even though they're not putting these things as completed on the roadmap when they happen, they are kind of happening. Like, I kind of doubt that they're going to put this up when Dynamic Server Meshing comes in. Because they're getting other stuff in here. Let's see if I can find anything. Daryl Schneider said, Tomato, stream's looking good, my man. Hope you're well. I am well, dude. It's a good kind of Monday. All right? It's a good vibes Monday. Stub toe can't stop it now. My niece over the weekend, y'all know her. You remember her. During the cooking stream, she'd be over here dancing, having a good time. Sometimes she would come and feature on the stream when we're over in Turkey. She has finally reached the fantastic, wonderful milestone of losing her first tooth. Let's hear it in chat. Ah, my pickle's a big girl. It's wonderful. Good for her. She is she's one of the first in her class to lose a tooth, so you know what that means. She's super advanced. Very cool. On track to rule the world. To be completely fair, they already missed their goal of PTU crafting last year, so there's no goal left to miss when testing. Pickles. Pickles are better than olives, dude. Pickles are actually pretty good. I'm okay with you guys just saying pickles in the chat if you'd like. That's a much better life choice. Do I think they will release crafting test today like they said? I'm actually leaning towards no. So I have a video that I've been working on. It was supposed to come out Saturday. Clearly it didn't, if you're paying attention. So it will likely come out tomorrow. And I actually had written the video with crafting as like a future tense kind of thing. I say blah, 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 crafting's going to be in testing this week. And I realized if I release it tomorrow, I might have to change that because obviously crafting might be out by then. But then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Chances are it's not going to be. Not going to be coming out the day that they said it would. A lot of times it doesn't. It takes a couple extra days, you know? Ooh, it's a holiday. It is. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in the U.S. Shout out to my man. Did some great things. I might be a little bit biased, but I'm a big fan. This was always, I remember, obviously besides like, you know, people like myself getting more rights and stuff, this was also, when I was in school, the secret cheat code of getting back into school. You do your whole Christmas break, you'd come back at the beginning of January, and then 2 weeks later you get another day off of school. Joke's on you, teachers. We're out of it. Like, I always thought it was like, yeah, hell yeah, dude. They thought they could keep us back in school. No. We've got Martin Luther King Jr. Day, bless the man. But no, it's a holiday in the US. I think certain people have work off. I'm not sure if everyone does. What about pickled garlic and pickled eggs? Pickled eggs? Sorry, I don't know about pickling eggs. Timmy Gaming, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Welcome in. Thanks for dropping in for the first time. I hope you're having a good time seeing us completely ramble on and waste time. This is how the streams kind of start. I promise we get to good stuff. We talk about interesting things. Space things, for sure. Star Citizen, it's all over the place. But I got ADHD, dude. I get distracted. Tech preview is today at 7 UTC. Oh, that actually means I should be able to hop in. If I have access. I don't even know. Do they say what it's going to be restricted to? Did they put a message out about it or something? Is that where you're reporting from? Reporting in live from Chaotic Evocati Test Chat. Let's see what the word is. We are currently putting together a new 4.6 build for a potential PTU released later today. Folks, we're going to hop into the PTU today. We're going to be starting about it. It is a Monday stream and starting and all that stuff. But we're going to hop in. I want to get some more eyes on. I haven't gotten to play much. Today, they said, we will be opening up the build at 7 UTC. Just over 3 hours from this message. Copy 4.6 PTU to update faster. This will be a limited play test. Okay, so that means in about 3 hours, I will be offline and trying out crafting. That also means I gotta rewrite those lines for the video. I'm so excited. Hold on, can we just... Yeah! Let's fucking go! It's like actual progression stuff, dude. I'm pumped, man. I could care less about crafting. I'm not an MMO player. I'm not big on that kind of stuff. I'm just so freaking excited that there's going to be something other than UEC to try and pursue in this game. Oh my god. Mining has been so pointless for like 6 years because we've just been mining Quantanium, Laranite, whatever the most popular, expensive good is. I want to go out there and just scrape the absolute dredges of iron from the bottom of the cave that nobody wanted because we just need some iron. We need more cooking streams. The cooking streams will return. I promise. We're in winter hibernation right now. But we're going to be back with the cooking streams for you. This goes on the entire stream. Nonsense, PK. You wouldn't be here if we didn't have any good information. Psych. PK's a real one. He'd be here. Whoa. What is that? Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Why is there a USB-C cord just chilling under my chair? That's never a good sign. What are you supposed to be plugged into, buddy? What's up, Benefit Man? Merhaba. Hoş geldiniz. You started watching The Expanse the other day. How the hell have you not binged this before? It's so good. I don't know, man. I try to tell people. I try to tell them. And with the game coming out, dude, it's almost self-abuse to not watch The Expanse. It's a space nerd at this point. Totally kidding for anybody who doesn't want to watch it. That's cool. You do you. Hey, new player here. Mr. Cosmic, welcome in. Keep seeing people talking about a wipe soon in game chats. Is there one soon? Honestly, Bear the Book has a good answer for you. It depends on what you mean by soon. The Star Citizen community is a little bit... Best way to describe it is unsanitary. The Star Citizen community generally is a proponent of not wiping. They don't like to wipe. If you got the opportunity, they say too bad. Pull them up, get going, don't wipe. Yeah? The more you wipe, the more people get frustrated. So the second that anybody mentions the possibility of there being a wipe, ugh. And I'm not like, I don't know, not a cleanup, okay, not a bidet, a full-on wipe. People run with it forever. So I wouldn't take any talk about wiping seriously in the Star Citizen community until CIG themselves mentions a wipe. At which point, you know, it's starting to get serious. Sanitation's being taken incredibly, and there's probably a problem that needs to be solved. And if there needs to be a wipe done, they'll wipe it out. They'll clean it up. They'll make sure that you're spick and span, you're on your way. And all the better for it. But don't worry about it coming up out of nowhere. The last time we had a wipe was Star Citizen 4.0. And 4.0 hit the live servers, I think, at the end of January. Well, they actually put it in the live preview at the end of December. So you could say that they gave notification of a wipe for the December patch. But even then, as you can see, it was November 21st. And it's not secret information. This is a third-party journalist website reporting on this. So even if there's a wipe coming, and we gotta stress this to the whole community, because I don't know what's going on. I think it's because the Star Citizen community has expanded so much in the last couple of years. This is hitting way harder. Also, I guess Star Citizen has started to include more stuff you can unlock in-game. So this is a little bit more scary to people. But I've never seen panic over a wipe like this before. Not to say that you shouldn't be worried about it. You should. Just like, it's not imminent, per se. If you don't like to play the game because you don't think you're going to have your progress sit around, I don't blame you. But as far as making rash decisions this week in anticipation of a wipe, I wouldn't. What about bidating? Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, the community's all over the place. Only channel that you followed for Star Citizen has a Turkish relation is basically awesome. Hell yeah, man. Welcome in, merhaba. Hoş geldiniz, dude. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, Mrs. Tomat is our resident hala, space star hala, and I like to consider myself to be your stand-up Hashmet from California, hailing. Tygon, thank you for the sub today, dude. I appreciate you. Maverick just reached a 50 stream streak, bro. Are you serious? 50 freaking stream streak? That's almost a whole year, dude. You and Chair should team up. Are you part of crafting Evocati today? I believe so. Yes, I think so. Some dev mentioned a wipe soon. No, that's just it's being taken out of context. That's the thing. And that's why, like, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think CIG needs to stop their devs from even mentioning a wipe. I don't blame him. Like, I think his economy update was great. Let's see if I can find it. What he had to actually say and what he was saying in his message, good stuff, good information. It told us a lot about how they're trying to make the economy work with the industrial game loops that are coming along. But when he mentioned a wipe, let me see if I can find the OG message. So here he did a huge economic explanation. This was the highlight. It's a bummer that what has stuck from this message is the possibility of a wipe and not the fact that they're actually splitting out brackets for shipping costs and mining. But you know, that it continues to build the game either way. Happens in the background. But what he said about the wipe here is somebody asked, there have been large exploits. Why are we now getting even more ways of making money? Isn't the timing a bit bad? He said the exploits have been bad. As a result, a full wipe is likely at some point down the line. That's it. That's all he said. This is where all of the speculation that a wipe is coming from, this sentence. So like, we as Star Citizen players, not in no small part because of Star Citizen itself and CIG's own messaging on things, we're not great at timing. Timelines, time frames, roadmaps. We're about as confused at it as you are, CIG. So, worry. Go down 2 messages. Not even speaking to others. The need to go ahead and give a wipe. I personally want to be able to see at least half a patch's worth of analytics to confirm that none of the existing exploits are still occurring. Yeah, that just reconfirms basically that the wipe is not imminent. Not only can he not be the one to make the call of if a wipe is coming or not, but he personally doesn't even want to see one right now. So, we've been over this a few times. Obviously, everybody's seeing new information for the first time here. I will continue to go over this as long as people are asking, and I would encourage all of you to continue to show everyone else this. Let's get the message out to the community. It's causing panic and upheaval. Reddit post in 2 hours, Space Tomato confirms wipe. Clip me. Do it. Want me to be a poor like the rest of you? I'm not poor by force. Mr. Chip came in and made sure of that. Someone screamed full wipe and everyone panicked. Yeah, well, you know.
Thank you very much.
It's fun to yell fire in a room made of ice. That's not true. There's always a chance of a wipe in this game. That's something to remember. Like, if you just don't like the idea of a wipe in general, don't play the game.
Thank you.
At some point, there will
much.
be one, and it'll get you. Are you serious? Anonymous. Are you for real? Who is this lovely Anonymous? Who? Cheers to you. Wiping out the Toes Gang board again, huh? Thank you, Moo Daddy and Fola, for blessing us up last time. Thank you, Anonymous, starting us off today. Oh, we just get blessed by this person. I appreciate you. Space Tomato threatens community and shows that he is a CIG shill. That's going to be coming up in that video I was talking about that I'm working on for next month. You play the game like it's in alpha and a wipe could happen tomorrow. Yeah. I think that's why I don't take everything very seriously, because it's all whimsical at the moment. Until we hit 1.0, as long as there is an A in front of UEC, credits are worthless. Tell that to the people buying it for real money. If they're gonna do a wipe, they should have crafting inventory and the player shop in-game. Timmy! There you go, dude. Somebody give this man a medal. It's pretty straightforward, right? Like, they wiped after persistent entity streaming. They wiped after object container streaming. They wiped after server meshing streaming. Now they're probably going to wipe after the new inventory streaming. I don't know. All of it has to be streaming in some way, but they wipe after the big things, and it'd be freaking crazy for them to wipe before crafting comes into the game. And since crafting is only going into experimental testing today, we're definitely not going to see crafting for a little while. So, like, even when we saw engineering, I think it was still over a month before we saw engineering make it into live. And I don't think they're going to wipe once crafting gets in. I think they're going to put crafting in, see what kind of trouble it causes, and then wipe once they get those problems figured out. So, like, yeah. It's targeted against the billions people made when exploiting. I just don't think that's enough for them to want to wipe, though. Like, I think that they're going to be in a much worse situation if they wiped to stop the exploits now, and then risked having another wipe within a year after that. They can't have 2 wipes in a year's time. It's just, it's going to be unacceptable, especially with the way they've been talking about it. Then again, who's going to stop them? Dynamic meshing might be one, yeah. Maybe they drop in instancing, dynamic meshing, crafting, inventory rework, all that stuff within a couple of quarters and then wipe. Bloody Anvil, thank you for the super chat. Says sending you non-alpha UEC credits, bro. These are so much more valuable than UEC. I bet you one measly Earth dollar right now is like thousands of UEC at that point. Much love to you, man. I'm gonna get so many Pico plushies. They did targeting wallet wipes in the past. Don't see why they haven't done that again. The exploits might still exist. You got a question, DJ? What are the opinions on how this will affect people like you who go into the game when there are only 2 starters and play mostly solo? For the wipes, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably biased to the point where my opinion's not realistic. I would love to say that a wipe is great for people who have only just a couple of ships, because it resets the drive to actually do things, especially in a future world where money doesn't win, materials do. having the biggest ship, having the best ship, having the most powerful ship is not going to be the end-all be-all. You could just find really valuable materials and make bank that way. I think that's going to be more exciting than it is right now. But I also I'm the kind of person who has a lot of friends who play Star Citizen. I have an org. I have a stream where I can ask people for help. So I'll admit that I'm skewed in the way that I look at the game. But as somebody who prefers the game from a solo aspect and likes to like progress in the game, I'm quite excited for a wipe. Feels like they are pushing all the new ships, and if you don't have hours to invest, it'll be tough to play. FYI, you're not talking about wiping, you're fine with that. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be, if you don't have the hours to invest, you're not going to be able to get the best ships for sure. They will take you a while. But I think that things are still pretty easy to get in Star Citizen, considering you can probably unlock the most difficult thing in the entire game within like a month of playing. Gotta play your cards right, but I don't have a problem with there being scarcity as long as there are multiple ways to get things. So like, I don't know, the Guardian, for instance. There should be a way for a solo player to get that in some reasonable amount of time. I'm not sure what the Wicklow requirements for those are, but I'm sure they're ridiculous. I have not tried SC in VR yet, no. Planning on it. I'll have some thoughts for you, but nothing yet. Hey Gumbo, good to see you, dude. Like Tony Z showed us in that small vid he did. That small video. Two to 3 times a year wouldn't be all the time, not wishing for once a month thing. Avenger. Look who it is, buddy. Hey, I heard you're an absolute huge major fan of the flight model in the game now, and you have absolutely no problems with it and everything's good, yeah? I heard it's perfect. we gotta talk about that again sometime. Wipe every day if you have to until the exploits are fixed and the exploiters are all hardware banned. Oh my god, a wipe every day. What kind of pain? I get lower back pain just thinking about that. I feel like if they added crafting by itself without the inventory update, it's going to be a mess. Yes. Agreed. Mr. Moisturization, dude. Good to see you. Welcome. You logged out, logged back in, everything is gone, $3,000 of ships gone. Well, that sounds like a pretty bad glitch, dude. Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to CIG about that one. No insults in chat, hustle. You wipe every day. I'm proud of you, Moist. I'm happy for you, dude. Honestly, if you're named the harbinger of moisturization, you should be wiping every day. Good job. Tell you how I truly feel about engineering. Dude, I actually don't have enough, I haven't had enough experience with it to get a better second impression yet. Basically, since it came out, I haven't really gotten to like fully test it. I got a little bit of experience with it on Saturday when we were doing fleet battles, and that was cool. But I think there's still too much of a, oh yeah, things are on fire, oh, we're blown up kind of situation going on. More disabling of ships. It's gonna be painful if they can't get that right. Hey, Crawnice, thank you for the sub, mate. 16 months here with the Garden Gang. Tomatoes, totalitarian. I need a T word that goes with tomato. Garden Gang, the Cucumber Cult, the Tomato Town. Don't know why money isn't always this easy to get when the game is in alpha, so that more testing gets done. They do it in the PTU. Well, because if it's too easy to get an alpha, then people won't do things to earn it, so you can't test the things people have to do to get the money. Can we get persistence for equipped weapons to ships before a wipe? Can we just hold on to our stuff, please? Olive oligarchy. What's wrong with you guys, man? Why do you go straight to olives? Some demented people in this chat. I swear. Engineering sure needs more love, but I like the general direction it's all going. It's good feels. It definitely, it's basically encapsulates Star Citizen. When it works, it's freaking sick, but it's just not tuned well enough to be a consistent experience. Are the missions just placeholders right now? A lot of them are. They're slowly bringing them in the actual missions. These are all background missions for sure, but you can see some story-based missions coming too. People are still doing those things right now, so we have video proof they still do it. Doing what things? The exploits in game. How do you tell the difference between hostiles and friendly NPCs? I keep accidentally killing good guys and getting a CS3. Their armor is the best way, which isn't super reliable, but I think that a little green arrow should pop up around the people helping you. If players can't have the time to earn enough for the bigger ships, then how will they get tested? Well, I mean, they're going to have to confirm whether or not they have enough time to earn the bigger ships. I see a bunch of big ships flying around. We can't really know if they are or not. We don't get the green arrows? Shame. Yeah, then it's just their armor. It's real life, man. What am I most excited to craft in Star Citizen? Hopefully a finished game. Maybe they can make it like Elite Dangerous, how when you go around and you explore in Elite Dangerous and you find data, you can actually turn that data in to real scientists and they can use that to help develop their work. Maybe we can craft and we can like combine our crafting power into game development energy and send it pew over the airwaves to them. Like we're all crafting squadron together. Now we're truly holding the line. A pickle. Ooh, pickles are good, dude. All right. Yesterday you searched for Star Citizen on YouTube and the first result you got was a streamer live openly exploiting and people praising it. I feel like that has to be a streamer you're watching. I never get streams when I search for Star Citizen. Who was it? Name and shame, dude. Which streamer is exploiting live on stream? That's a bad choice. You just have to craft in real life, then send your in real life money to them? No. That's too much. Don't ask me to do things in real life. Just like getting to this chair is enough, okay? You'll build the best arc-like pistols in the entire game, but since no one ever uses them, no one will ever know. At least they're burst fire pistols now. They're not just single shot. Pew pew blah, blah. Captain Turk? We know Captain Turk. I hope he's not exploiting on stream. Aye. Copium is that they're secretly adding new star systems in post 1.0 patches and they don't tell anyone. And the community finds out only by finding transient jump points. I'm gonna let you have that one. I hope you're right. I hope that does happen. I'm gonna cope with you a little bit there. But it sounds like one of those ones I'm not gonna say out loud for risk of jinxing it and also people laughing at me. It would be cool. It would be amazing. But I don't know. Adding a whole star systems without people noticing. But that does bring us to a good topic, folks. I want to talk about exploration. And I know that's just going trigger real quick. Nice little trigger right off the bat. But there is something actually to exploration happening in Star Citizen. And it might not be the exploration you want. We're literally in chat talking about transient jump points, which will be a thing. Let's go to that real quick and confirm that jump points and exploring transient jump points and alternative ways into star systems will be a thing in exploration. Listen in here. This is them in 2024 saying almost that exact thing. And it's muted. Are you muted? Hello? Oh yeah, I had to change all the sound around because of some stuff I was doing yesterday.
The narrative team,
all right, listen to this.
Cheese approach to jump points, which are we like to call in the narrative team the Swiss cheese approach to jump points, which are smaller access points to the main tunnel. Those will still be restricted by small, medium, and large. So basically, it opens up opportunities for smaller ships to kind of sneak their way through.
A transient jump point may only be able to be used once. It may be a little bit more permanent, but you can never tell how long does it last once you find it.
If people are looking to avoid scrutiny, we'll look for these sort of side routes to get into the jump point to bypass, security or customs or stuff like that.
So that's exploration potential, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is something I've been noticing over the last 6 months. And it's really just a continuation of the things they've been doing to build out this exploration profession kind of in front of our eyes pretty quietly, kind of slowly. The first big sign that we were looking at something exploration kind of focused starting was actually back in 2024 when they were talking about resources and finding resources. Let's see if I can find. Sorry, no, not in this one. Not in Brave New Worlds. That one is an interesting one, but no. Here.
To tailor your item.
This is the way that they talk about finding resources here.
All raw materials you find in the verse will have a quality rating that's generated based on some rules. The same kind of rules you heard about from the Planet Tech team yesterday. You'll find the same material in many.
Now, we'll be talking about the rules that you heard about the Planet Tech team because that's literally this whole slide. This whole presentation was about how planets are being changed so that things will spawn in ways that you can actually expect and logically understand. Kind of like what explorers do, Like the whole, hey, there's probably another route to India. Maybe we should go the other way around the globe or this map or whatever and see what's over there. That's logic. You gotta have some of that to make good decisions when you're exploring. So going back to what he's saying about it.
Many places, but with varying qualities. So you might want to explore to find the best. Some
he said the word.
Materials that are already rare will be even more valuable if you can find them with high quality. But what's quality for? It's for item stats. Alongside quality, we're introducing a new item stat system to the game.
Okay, that's all we need to get from here, because honestly, the dots get connected. We've got crafting going into testing in like a few hours. This is crafting. Materials make for better crafting stuff. You can kind of see where it's headed. Now you go back to CitizenCon Direct just this year.
Scope for crafting.
And actually, there's another mention here from a pretty high up dev that draws more focus to crafting.
And using those to craft items which are better than what they have currently in the game.
The first version is going to be primarily FPS items that you can craft, weapons and armor. For Star Citizen, crafting is our primary progression mechanic. Star Citizen isn't your standard MMO. We don't have levels. We have ships, we have gear, we have things that you create in the world, you perfect, you research, you improve. And those items, those ships, those vehicles, the armor and weapons, that's how you progress in Star Citizen.
So they keep drawing a bunch of emphasis to crafting, to what you need for crafting. And it's really starting to show that like they have an idea. They've centralized things, as was mentioned in chat. This wasn't something that was like talked about in the beginning of Star Citizen a lot. We didn't even have crafting wasn't in those original documents. You know how we always go back to these like, oh, Star Citizen engineering document. And then I'll pull it up. Big old gotcha. Oh, this is the old one. I'll pull this up and be like, it's from 12 years ago. Look at all the stuff they were talking about back when they first started Star Citizen. See, it's part of the plan. Scope creep? No. And then Chris is like, we're not going to do crafting and levels and stuff like that. This is scope creep. I think it's solid. I think this is pretty healthy for the game, but it certainly came in later. And they have shifted so much of the game to focus on crafting, but so much of crafting then is focused on the materials. And those materials are so much focused on quality. You start to realize that they're like very much trying to shift the game in that direction.
Of higher quality. And once you take those materials to your crafting bench, the fabricator, you can use them to craft, and the different attributes will be increased based on the quality of the materials you use. It's not just iron ore anymore, it's iron ore of the quality that you know will get you the stats for the item that you desire. And it's not just mining, it's essentially every resource we can get our hands on.
To support this, we also need major changes to inventory so that all of these new resources that you're collecting, you can see what you have, you can order it better, you can...
We love a new inventory, but you got the idea there. Crafting is peak progression is very important to them. It is focused on the resources and the materials. It is a creator of exploration potential, and it is not just minerals. This is everything that we're collecting. All of these iron, these like ingots, the horns, the little things, the eggs that you pick up from the cows, like all the little things that you find are going to have some level of quality and importance to find the best versions of those things. So we can see that they're building this cloud of importance around crafting and thus finding things for crafting. And then we go back to update like 4.5. This is not the first time they've made a move in this direction, but it is a very recent one, and I think one that's fresh in our minds, so I wanted to bring this up as an example. Scrolling down though, something that's actually mentioned as one of the main additions here, engineering gameplay, ship armor. Those are two big ones. Loot refresh, not as big, but scannable caves and harvestables, while not being a huge thing, I find kind of surprising to be on here, because when you scroll through the patch notes, it doesn't actually have its own section. Engineering has its own section. Armor has its own section. Loot refresh has a huge section for itself. But the caves and harvestables being scannable are just literally a single line right here. They were just like, we need something else to fill it out. Ooh, this is an interesting one. But I don't think that's a mistake. I think they're drawing emphasis to this. Caves and harvestables now appear via scanning. This is a bigger change than this one single line down here would say. And that's probably why it's all up here. But allowing caves to be scannable is monumental, because we've had points of interest in this game for a long time. They've been building derelicts, caves, outposts, various things that you actually can find if you fly around enough. But for the most part, it's an aspect of exploration, but there is A, no way to find it, B, no way to mark it, and C, nothing to find there. Now they're starting to build things to find there with the loot, with the things that we can get, with the materials that you can mine, all that kind of stuff. But there still wasn't a way to find it. Now they're taking that away, finally. years it's been that we've been able to scan, and you've just never been able to actually find these locations. So that's 2 problems down. Now there just need to be more of them, which, Starkitect is a big part of that. But that's just one addition. Caves and Harvestables now appear via scanning as a good one. In 4.3, I couldn't actually find the real patch note. Maybe it was in one of these. But at some point in the 4.3 branch, they also changed scanning to have a different effect on ships. So when you scan ships, you get different types of information. Again, telling us that they are focusing a little bit more on scanning, on how scanning works, and on the details of it, as opposed to just talking about it as we've done for such a long time. The next thing that I noticed was going on here is actually a 4.6 update. So this is 2 consecutive updates now where we're seeing scanning and the way that it interacts with the environment and resources change. This is another small one that has slipped in. It doesn't have a big notification of it, but if you look here, it does say that the HUD has now been updated to show scan results of salvage as wreckage. Not a huge update, again, but it's these kinds of small tweaks and polishing on scanning gameplay that I'm starting to think maybe is pointing towards something bigger happening in the near future. He also said in this update that they're increasing signatures for harvestables and minables by about double the amount, so you can find these things more easily. And we did see in the salvage gameplay we did over on the gameplay channel that, because of you guys, it was easy to learn this. It's just easier now to define what you're scanning, what it is, all that kind of stuff. Starting to get more logical, starting to get more reliable. So I think that this cleaning up of the gameplay and the mechanics, the obvious growth of importance around finding certain things in the game and the need to find those certain things that's coming with crafting in just the next few hours, all of it points towards at least what I think of as exploration is coming into the game imminently. And that is finding the things that are valuable to other people. I know a lot of folks think of exploration as only finding things that nobody else has ever seen. But one man's wreckage is another's treasure. Like, you can't discount things just because people have found them and not wanted them. One of the things that I hate most about Civ 6 is when I go and I settle a city somewhere, and specifically don't settle in another place. And then as time goes on and we discover uranium and stuff, we realize, oh, maybe I should have settled there. There's actually good resources there. How stupid would it be to be like, well, people have gone by there before. No point in settling a city. No point in going there. Everybody knows everything that exists there, and nobody needs it. I think it's a silly view of exploration. And I think if you are interested in exploring in Star Citizen, you should align with this as being the majority of the gameplay you'll be doing, and allow yourself to be surprised if they bring in some other stuff, because they haven't talked a lot about other stuff. And the more I see people talk about exploration and talk about how it wouldn't be possible in Star Citizen, the more I feel like, yeah, the way that you want to do it, maybe it's not, and it might be worth looking at Elite Dangerous, which does that kind of thing better. Either way, this was just like a few signs and things that I think are lining up to show us that exploration's coming around. There's just one thing that is missing to make it all make sense. And that was the part that, well, as we said, there are methods to find these locations. There are things to find at these locations. And then there are ways to actually locate these locations. But there was one more point that I forgot I needed to go over here with you guys. That will unlock exploration that we can't really do until they give us this functionality. And it was presented in 2023 at CitizenCon.
Maybe that one. Maybe that door looks interesting. Press T.
Hunting for blueprints too, yeah.
So, what we can do is set a marker, and we can customize the details of that marker. Now, what you'll notice as well is as we set markers, there's metadata that is encoded into each of these markers on top of the customized name that we can specify. So we can mark as many markers as we want in this map. And these are all saved to our data bank. And we can eventually share these markers and even sell these markers on the market.
Share them and sell them on the market. I don't know how much more clear exploration gameplay is than that. Find a cool outpost, find a nice drop of loot, shoot down a javelin, literally, and save the marker and sell it to a salvaging org. Like this is it. Finding resources, marking their locations, selling them to other people. And I feel like we're so close, but man, it feels like it's felt like we've been so close since this presentation.
So the thing about this, we can't really talk about markers without mentioning data running.
I love how he just skips over exploration and is like, okay, but how about data running, huh? And then they don't give a lot of great information on data running here. This has all been a walk through what I think exploration is shaping up to be, potentially in the next few months. We got to see what happens with crafting, with the way that they do resource quality, how they're scattering that stuff, if it works correctly, and then obviously map markers are the last big part. But we'll see. We'll touch back on this when we can. Hope you got some info from this one. Custom markers when? You could even hear when he was about to say you can share the markers. It sounds like he stopped because he realized sharing the markers was not a current feature. Little did he know markers in general are not a current feature.
Map. And these are all saved to our data bank. And we can eventually share these markers and even sell these markers on the market. So the thing about this, we can't really talk about markers without mentioning data running. So you might specialize in exploration, whereas perhaps a miner might specialize in the equipment and then make investments in their equipment. So you as an explorer might be in the business of going around and exploring and finding locations that are very valuable to other professions. And the role of these markers are very important in coming up with the data. And
okay, I actually want to go back and let him say this again because he basically lays out what exploration is here, right?
As an explorer,
this is it.
Whereas perhaps
this
a miner
is, I mean, like he says we're going into data running, but this is really what the exploration gameplay loop is going to consist of.
You might specialize in exploration, whereas perhaps a miner might specialize in the equipment and they make investments in their equipment. So you as an explorer might be in the business of going around and exploring and finding locations that are very valuable to other professions. And the role of these markers are very important in coming up with the data. And yeah, so it's very important. We can basically, when you name your markers, you can make it as maybe obvious, or you can leave it a mystery. So you'll have, when you sell it on the market, you could get rated for how accurate the data is.
So somebody just asked, I actually think that's a really cool angle. Somebody asked, what if you sell the marker and in that time it gets scrapped and it's gone? There's a whole dynamic to that, right? What if normal exploration missions are basically you just get to a space station and that space station says, hey, we've got scan data for all of the moons and planets in this star system. We keep it up to date so that any player who comes here can download those maps and then they can go to the planets and they know where all the outposts are, right? This is a normal game function. They're not going to have all outposts visible to everyone in quantum travel, so we will have to go places and download maps. In fact, that is also something that is talked about right here. I think I'm on the wrong browser right now. Using Chrome again, of
Download
course.
it to our data bank.
Yeah.
So our current objective, it's much more interesting if we can actually take this on the go. So let's download it to our data bank. As you'll notice, we now have the representation of the environment in the upper left corner of our visor.
So we see if this happens, but if it does, this is a really, 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 really powerful game mechanic.
Now, the thing that's really interesting to note at this point is not all environments will have such a convenient kiosk available. You may encounter rundown settlements, or you might come across a cave that no one else has ever set foot on before. What will happen in this instance is your radar will incrementally update your map, and it will incrementally reveal your environment and just save that to your data bank. So you kind of reveal it incrementally.
So that is another puzzle piece, right? Exploration is you going into a cave that might not be mapped and remapping it. So I'm thinking these space stations could easily have these very basic, repeatable exploration missions, a lot like what you have in Starfield. They tell you, hey, Daymar hasn't been scanned and updated in 2 hours. So you can go to Daymar, you can get scan data, you can turn it into that space station, and the space station will pay you based on how old that data is. Because that data actually matters. The resources are respawning on planets and moons, they're changing locations. So if you go and get data, let's say you go into a new star system, you scan a whole bunch of planets, you get the data, it takes you 4 days to get back to Stanton, you turn the data into this space station, they pay you 40% because it's 4 days old, you know? I don't know. These are all, I think, ways they can mix exploration into some very easy to do, repetitive styles of gameplay that matter and are interesting and function with all of the things they're showing us here. It's just a matter of them actually doing it. But I think this is where most of exploration is going to be. Getting these maps, updating these maps, finding resources, and selling them to the right people. Finding new stars and planets. Sorry, I don't know about all that. But as for what we're seeing right now, right here in building, potentially for this year, resource finding seems like the best bet.
It will incrementally reveal your environment and just save that to your data bank. So you kind of reveal it incrementally. So this map, what we see in the upper left corner of our visor is not really just a map. What it really is actually data. It's our radar. And we can see contacts on our radar as we scan. And
it's like
basically what we have available in stored in our data bank. So
and I think that the passenger transport missions should be like how Elite Dangerous does it too. You set a marker like that in stations. You've seen that UI checking in game progress. Yeah, you can do it inside of space stations. You can't do it out in the world yet. You're not a fan of the rating system? It's like brigading threads and issue council reports. What would you prefer over a rating system? I actually don't know what else you could do to try and judge people. Just give you the new inventory? God, I wish. I'm hoping we see the new inventory today. It would be easy for an org to control the market by downstarring competitors. But like, wouldn't they have thought of that too? Like all the problems that we would think of for a rating system, wouldn't the person building the rating system think of that? Come up with some kind of solutions for that? Ooh, a cookie. I sound like Vasson. The markers work, but only in the local map. And I don't even know if you can save them. You keep hearing ED as a reference as someone who has never played. Can you explain what you mean by passenger transport? It's really basic. It's just like they're cargo boxes with opinions, essentially. Obviously in Star Citizen, I want it to be more in person, people walking around and talking and stuff, but same idea. Instead of rating systems, a reputation system. As in, it's based on pass-fail and not based on user input. They might do both, to be honest. When they talk about the social apps, they have both. There's a rating system and there's also a reputation system. I got a cookie, Vastin. I got a little butter cookie from Christmas here. Look, it's even got part of a Christmas tree on it. Oh man, that's good. That's a good cookie, dude. You just got here. What do I mean in the title by exploration gameplay soon? Coming? You just missed it. Basically, there are a lot of signs that exploration is making big steps forward in the next few months. But it all really depends on their map, their star map. They're obviously adding the need for resources. They're adding the scanning for finding those resources. And we are getting things like ice caves and things added into the game to continue to build out those locations. But it's really about the map. Can we save markers? What happened to that star map? Why did they never finish it? Squadron 42, probably. What do you mean in the title by? Wait, I just answered that. Is Quanta dead? I know there's at least one person in chat. At least PK right now is just holding his face, waiting to see if I'm gonna go on a quantum rant or not. I'm not. I won't do it. The economy simulation is not dead, but it is now called Star Sim. In fact, I can find you that reference right now. Maverick. You little dude. I believe it was here.
So, and of course,
so that is still a possibility. From promised. No, time we say what we want to do, and then something changes, people are like, CIG promised. No, we told you what we wanted to do. What we want to do from this point forward is we want to try to avoid any wipe.
Oh, right. That was that one. Sorry, this video's got a lot of good referenceable stuff, so I guess we've been... Here we go.
Bear certain aspects of this while we're waiting for other new technologies and other new works to come online. But it is... fundamentals are a really good word for that, Nick. Thank you. All right. And we'll follow that up with dynamic mission generation. So we go from the players making it to the Star Sim and Quantum making it. Dynamic mission generation, Star Sim / Quantum, was always supposed to dynamically generate missions in response to the activities of players and Quanta. Is this still the plan?
so the short answer is yes. And when we are ready to talk more about that, we absolutely will. You will be the first to know about it. And I mean, the reason we're doing all this now is because we don't want you to have to wait.
So this is about 1.5 years ago. So they're still not ready to talk about it, which is the bummer. Because I know we certainly are. So it's not gone. That was the whole point of coming here. Somebody was asking if it's dead. As they're confirming here, it is still in the works. They've just named it Star Sim.
Advantage.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The advantage is that because it's a combination of maths and design, then we can make bespoke decisions as we need to, but fundamentally underneath it all, there is an algorithm. So in the future, when StarSim, when a system is making these decisions in a more algorithmic way, the entire system can be balanced at once and then tweaked and designed accordingly, which is a really important place for us to be when it comes to balancing an entire universe.
Yeah, I'm certain that there were people who looked at the information from the last SCL and did some maths and was like, it's going to take 107 days to earn an 890 jump at that kind of payout and stuff. I just want to reiterate again that.
Absolutely, and in the long term, the very long term, when there is a system of a broader system of law across the various solar systems that is being managed, so the original quantum demonstration that Tony gave us shows how
You referenced it, PK. Should we bring it up?
Action areas can be spawned in response to different types of activity in an area. If there are a lot of pirates, then there's a security response. If there's and that could be player driven or it could be system driven.
So this is, if you're not getting it, the quantum simulation, and I'll say it once, it's quantum, not quanta. The simulation is based around the economy and activity in space, and just trying to push it and make more of it happen in space as we go around our day. It is the literal back-end simulation of the whole universe. Still not here, still just talked about, but still in the plans. So we'll see where it goes. I'm a little sick of doing full videos on it, to be honest. I've done so many. Like, I've done more videos on it than CIG has. Stop using the YouTube AI tools. What are YouTube AI tools? I actually have no idea what you're referring to. Although I did just realize that I still have Affinity open. It's a bad... That's a... Ananzi! You m... Hello, Fraser. You're not going to be as annoying as Anansi today, right? Sounds like it could be a 1.1 type feature. Dude, if they launch 1.0 Star Citizen without an economy, a dynamic economy, that'd be crazy. Transcript is AI powered? I don't, I mean, I've been getting YouTube transcripts for like 6 years. I would hope it's not something that uses RAM at this point. I feel like getting the transcript of a video is like the simplest thing you could do. Don't be rude. You're the rude one. The hell? You're gaslighting me. Oh, you're kidding? Hello, Mr. Kovici. Savior Ace also wants you to shoot me for whatever reason. You guys are...
Double shoot!
Anything on the website uses RAM. You take that back.
Oh.
Is it broken? Did they use it too much? Gaslighting isn't real? Ow! Ow! Jesus. The only people who say gaslighting isn't real is Big Cole. And I don't mean the rapper. It's industry scale AI, that's the problem, not the neat little toys us plebs play with. Yeah, dude, like turning myself into a anime character? You think combined arms will be more features to ships like Idris and Polaris, or even the TAC for refueling and repairing ships? I mean, they've mentioned that they're trying that. I don't know about the TAC. Oh yeah, I guess the TAC has a hanger in it.
From
It was right around here.
To
about
refueling
that?
and rearming.
You spend a lot of ammo and munitions and ballistics, and you're going to want to top up.
This is where we're going to get our new feature in. Ship hanger refueling and rearming. You're going to be able to land in the hangar of select ships and be able to use the same interface as you are right now at stations to refuel and rearm.
It's specifically for ships like the Idris and the Polaris and other ships that are designed to...
They say Idris and Polaris. I'm guessing the TAC would be included as well. It's got a hanger. It's probably a pretty systemic kind of function. So yeah, I mean, this is certainly a good change to the game. This will be big for capital ships. I wish I guess repair is an option too already. So you could fully service a ship in a carrier like this. It seems like.
have other ships land inside them.
Of course, it'll be more than just those two ships, and you'll find out more once we get closer to release. But this is a really important feature that we're really excited to get out.
'Tis an important feature. Agreed. Gumbo said it is time. What is it time for, dude? Ouch. Add to this crafting for missiles to build up a supply of them. Yeah, and then logistics people who have to organize the missiles on a ship like this. What I'm wondering is, like, when we have these capital ship games, right? When we're doing this kind of stuff, it looks amazing when they're playing it out in these scenarios.
Ship hanger refueling and rearming.
Most people are imagining themselves in this scenario, right? You're the person who's flying the dogfighter who just finished
You're gonna
blowing
be
up and is
able
landing
to-
on the Idris. Or maybe you're the person who's flying the Idris. Maybe you're the turret gunner on the Idris.
Land in the hangar of select ships.
Maybe you're even the
and be
person
able
who's
to
doing
use
the
same
refueling and
interface as you
stuff. But what about this guy?
are right now
Or this guy
at
right here?
station.
Are you this person? Who are these people? I know they exist. I know people want to be deck crew in these types of events. But I do find myself wondering how much are we going to need to split jobs? How much are we going to need to have the turret gunner also be the person guiding ships in, or have the engineer also be the person moving boxes? It's not like it's a done deal. It's not going to be written in stone. Every single person is going to be able to play this game differently. But in terms of keeping people entertained and on task, you are going to start struggling with people who have more time off duty than on duty because it just so happens you didn't get attacked when you thought you were going to, right? You went through a dangerous place with a huge cargo shipment, and you thought your turret gunners were going to get some good gameplay out of it, but they didn't because you guys got lucky or you got a good pilot. How do you make sure they're still getting the entertainment they want from that session? Do I know if they'll be sorting the AI NPCs anytime soon? What do you mean by that? Earth Serpent, it's you. You like to play the support role? I do too. I really enjoyed being in the crew like this. I'm actually releasing a gameplay video where I do just that in a couple of days here. We need red and purple jumpsuits. We do. That we do. A deck crew seems so pointless in the future, too risky when robots and computers can do it better. Well, robots and computers will kill you, so we don't trust them anymore. To be honest, none of this would matter in the future. Robots and computers would be handling these battles. They'd be flying the ships. They'd be shooting the missiles. They'd be calculating the trajectories. They'd be repairing the ships. We gonna be fairly useless. At least when it comes to fighting battles. These scenes are pre-rendered. I don't think realistic anyone will ever do or need to be doing that job. Oh no, they absolutely do. I don't know if you haven't played in gameplay like this before. This is 100% necessary. It's really, really hard to have multiple ships come in and out of an Idris hangar without anybody guiding them in and out or telling them what to do. They might not be standing right here, but somebody, I mean, again, it's not written in stone. I personally think that there will be groups of people who do have like ATC on their ships to make sure that it's working correctly. It's just a matter of figuring out, is that a one-person job? Is that a job you split with something else? For your specific party, is that the only thing that person wants to do? The Evocati patch is up? That was fast. I guess maybe this stream will be ending a little early. I wonder if I can, let me see if I can just start downloading it while we're sitting here. Do I have to relog? There it is. Tech preview. All right, let me change the name. Ooh, I'm going to change. So the best way to do this is to change your PTU over to tech preview. So I'll change this one's name just to something else random. I'll change this to tech preview. And then we can update this to PTU just in case. And that should make it so that the game installs the tech preview off of my PTU file, which should lead to less stuff to download. Do I still think it will not come in 4.6? The wipe? I do not think it will. They're all laggy. The NPCs are just target practice and bunkers, and the NPCs at major cities are always scared for some reason. Have you seen this game, dude? It's scary. Yeah, that did not work. No, I'm still definitely downloading the entire tech preview. What the heck? No, I'm not going to stream this. I'm just downloading it right now. Yeah, we'll go over the patch notes. There we go. Okay. So we'll let that download in the background right now. We'll go over the patch notes of what's included in the Evo patch. Ooh, Elliot mentioned the... We got a even lease in the chat. No, I don't know. I see a shout out for him. Servers are super booked last weekend. Fingers crossed the crafting tech preview goes way better. Hope so, dude. Hope so. Oh yeah, there is an even lease in the chat. Hey, my dude, how you doing? Gumbo, thank you for the patch notes. The ship reviewer himself, dude. Your name pops up when it comes to ship reviews. Well donezo. I want to get you on the podcast, man, so we can talk about spaceships sometime. How you doing? How's the content? How you been? There are already leaks from the freaking preview? Wait, this is NDA? Whoops. Yikes. Thank you. Thank you very much. We will have to what's it called? Unpublish the video. Patch notes haven't been NDA for like a year plus. Dude, I don't know, man. I have no clue. They're too confusing about it now. So... Disavow. I disavow this stream. Well, let's see what Elliot said first about the missions. Balancing is not final for the new mining and salvage missions. Not even implemented. The amount of contracts we had to make means the data is the base inherited one without any tweaks at all. Econ team is working on the balancing, and you will see it come online very soon. To go further into this, by balancing, I mean amount you get paid and the amount to deliver. As for some of the flow issues you notice, we are aware of it. No missions just asking for raw ore. We can't support that currently, but it's wanted and we are looking into it. I wonder why they can't support that. You and your Vulture and Prospect are going to be a ton of use. I can't wait to do some more mining. Can't talk about it, even show it. Where do you get that info, dude? I feel like I need to get like a DM every time they release something to specifically tell me whether or not I'm allowed to talk about it, because it's just so confusing. But now I know. I was not aware that this was on a NDA. We can talk it, can't show it. We can talk it. Only NDA is the actual video of playing it. People show notes and play on other monitor while streaming all the time. They usually tell us when they can show it. Yeah, I never show anything from Evocati on my stream. It's just the freaking patch notes that I'm like, thank you very much. What's okay and what's not. Hey, P-Wolf, thank you for the sub. And Grimbiot. Yo, thanks for dropping 5 subs on the stream, buddy. I'm just gonna confirm. So, like, we can look at the patch notes, or can I get a CIG dev in chat? What do I have to do for that? Do I need to be angry, say something controversial? Can somebody come in and literally tell us? Grim! That's with an I, right? Oh, it's with a Y. Mixing it up. Where the heck is my eraser? Mixing it up, tricking me out. He put the Y where there should be an I. Sent me back to elementary school. Grim Vialt. Thanks for the love, buddy. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for being here. At this point, it doesn't matter. The entire patch notes are already leaked. Yeah, but I'm not trying to be part of that. You are not Evocati and you can see the patch notes. Okay. Oh, play on the word symbiote. That makes a lot. That makes plenty of sense. Sorry, my brain only gets halfway down the runway. The crafting fabricator playtest is not in the forum of patch notes. It is in the ETF feedback channel. Therefore, it is under ETF NDA. That's a pretty clear. That's a clearer message. Thank you. Okay, in that case, let me pull the patch notes up on my other channel then. Excuse me. Holy crap, I just sneezed my headphones off. Let's see. Different notes, you're saying. Talking about something spicy? We're talking about crafting, dude. It's in testing in Evo, but I just don't know what the actual... Literally just messaging somebody. I think if it's this confusing, then maybe there's a bit of a problem. You just got kicked by a player in Klesher. How is this fun? Oh, killed by a player in Klesher. Personally, I don't think getting killed by players in Klesher is fun. So I couldn't answer that one for you. Is there a new UI? I don't think so. All right, so currently targeting 6 hours for the playtest. We've got blueprints. We've got materials. We've got crafting and dismantling items. 2 new materials to be used in crafting. Currently only... Okay, so there are some materials that are required for armor. Refining speeds are greatly increased. Item fabricator art's not final. UI is not final. Blueprint recipes are limited. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. When you get in game and call the fabricator up, don't move it with a tractor beam. It'll clip and fall through the floor. Use it on the freight elevator. Good to know. 2 new materials for crafting. Are they allergic to just use the 100 different materials already in game? No, they're adding 2 more materials. They're not. It's not just 2 materials for crafting. I'm not, no. I think you're misunderstanding what I was saying. The materials are being added in addition to everything else. Everything else is already being used. It's under NDA, yes. Play it and tell us what you see, but don't show it. It's that feels weird to me to do, not gonna lie. I'd rather just play it offline, get all the thoughts, and then put a video out for you guys like later today or tomorrow talking about it. Crafting will give us a reason to strip the NPCs naked again so we can disassemble the armor and weapons they have on them. Bro, I was already doing that, man. You don't like looking at the NPCs naked on the ground? Still want a special crafting tool to turn people into med gel. Paint us a word video. New inventory in 4.6? No, 4.6 isn't going to have the new inventory in it. Let me see if I can do. We'll take a very small amount of time. Okay, I really don't want to. If I've got 6 hours to experience this, my main goal is then going to be get all I can and get you guys something a little bit more interesting in terms of reports tomorrow. Seems a bit early for episode 5. Episode 5 of what? Oh, PTU. Does the tech preview have the new inventory? I don't know about that. All right. I'll load in game here and we'll see. Hey, thank you guys for the treasure train. Grim Buyout basically got a good old hype train and Twitch running. Thank you for the support. Thanks for reaching our goal for Twitch today. Much love. As always, if we reach both goals today, we'll start a new giveaway. All right, we're loading it at RCorp. Tried and true. Do I think they'll complete 1.0 by 2028? No. I don't. Mr. PK with a This Week in Star Citizen. Anything good on this one? Alrighty, toes. We've got a This Week in Star Citizen to go over. News for the week. Not the biggest deal, but we're starting to get back into the swing of things for Star Citizen, so things are happening. The PTU for 4.6 is out, currently in open. If you just peeked in the background here, which I can't show, the crafting and fabrication test for Closed Evocati is happening right now. It'll be going for the next 6 hours. So 4.6 in PTU, crafting and testing. The Daymar Rally is this weekend on Wednesday. The first Star Citizen monthly report of the year is coming. This will be the November-December monthly report probably, as we don't get one in December if you remember. And it should include some interesting stuff, probably mainly things around engineering and what was going on in 4.4 or 4.5 and 4.6, but it should also hopefully have some insight into some of the first additions we're seeing in the beginning of this year. Notably, that probably includes crafting, rock cracker, some of these new content missions we're seeing, and the new ships, of course. On Thursday, Inside Star Citizen is finally back. We're starting off the new year with a soft glide through what's coming in 4.6. So that's not really changing things from last year so far, which was delineated, and Star Citizen was basically just made an advertisement, with our very first one of last year being an advertisement for the Misk Fortune, our second one last year being an advertisement for the Super Hornet, our third one last year being an advertisement for the content drop, and our fourth being for the current event that was going on. So we're kind of off to the same start. This video is just going to be us talk about the current patch, and we'll see if they make any progress off Inside Star Citizen besides that in Q1, but I would expect it to not be an incredibly exciting week in terms of video. But the monthly report should have some good news. Keep an eye out for interesting stuff coming out at the end of the week. The Daymar Rally will be good to touch in on. If you haven't seen it, the podcast, I brought in the two leaders of the Daymar Rally. We talked about the event, its long-running history, how it's going, what the future of it is. You can find that talk on Space Tomato 2, or you can come join me here on the live show, on the live stream on Saturday, and I will be doing my own coverage of the event, live flying around as we do, covering my own team and getting a good story out of it for you guys. So if you want to swing by, make sure to put that on your calendar. On Friday, we get the RSI newsletter, and that's it for the week. Honestly, I have a video coming out on the main channel about this, but this is a very exciting start to a year for Star Citizen. A lot is going on, a lot of things are being done, and they're clearly not taking time off like they normally do in January. New patches are coming out, the preview channel is actually being used, Roadmap Roundup has come out in January instead of February. It's looking good right now. They just need to get stability back into a good place. They need to get people excited to play, and as long as these features come through, keep it up, CIG. Either way, there's your outlook for the week. And now, yeah. Go away. I keep pressing all the wrong buttons, I'm sorry. I just lost Twitch. There we go. Okay. Twisk. This week in Star Citizen just spells Twisk. Okay, let me see what we got here. Keep an eye on Evo chat. We are getting some updates. Hey, I see you in the chat, even. How crazy is it that we're finally just months away from Squadron 42? Oh my god. Well, I really hope so, dude. My fingers are crossed real hard. You haven't been excited to play for a long time, though the Polaris is looking a lot better. Oh, I haven't seen the new Polaris yet. Right now you can't build a base, you have no org tools, party system sucks. Let's go. Indeed, let's go. Let us go. Let my people go. Alright, so there's supposed to be something in here for me, right? Crypto keys. New Polaris, they redid the interior a little bit, so I've heard it looks a little better. I haven't seen it myself, just a couple of screenshots, but Like, I hear it doesn't go all the way. It doesn't fix all the problems people have had. But it's better. Farming. Farming is just another form of crafting, is it not? Yo, Gumbo, do you have to buy this thing somewhere? Is it not just in our inventory? I'm too lazy for all of that. They improved the interior and added basketball in the cargo bay. Honestly, that's a big deal. Big times. You don't see them adding Terra and Castra by January of 28? I could see Castra. Yeah, I don't think Terra either. Whenever it releases, you hope it does well, because if it comes out and it's bad, Star Citizen, it'd not be good if it was bad. I mean, that's a given. The opposite of good is bad. Oh, it's still on the elevator. Okay. I couldn't find mine. Hope we see base building this year. I think base building is a little ways off. We were kind of thinking that base building might make it before crafting, but that hasn't borne fruit. There it is. Oh my god, it's so tiny on my inventory. I've got eyes on target, folks. Let's see. So I've got 3 options here on the crafting machine. I've got the ability to queue, dismantle, and craft things. Okay, I can pull from my inventory. It looks like you basically select from a list of blueprints. Yeah, it's NDA. Perhaps an early look, but you doubt we'll see base building earlier than Christmas this year. You guys will not be surprised to know that it is incredibly... The inventory selection is very laggy. No, it's using basically the same inventory as... I mean, I'm using it on the actual item itself. But the inventory layout, it looks the same as what we know. Still trying to see if I've got blueprints. They're not loading. We can't see. You could say the most outlandish thing and we would have no way of knowing if you're joking. Oh my god, I just made an Idris, guys! It's right here! I'm flying it away right now. Wait, there's a doorway here that says enter this way to play Squadron 42. Oh my... Okay, I'm sorry guys. Bye. Whoops! Good lord. Why was that showing? I need to be very careful about that. Okay. This isn't going anywhere for me. Goes the Evo. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done for now. Nothing's happening for me. I'm just chilling here. I mean, but that's kind of Star Citizen, right? It's like a fairly casual experience. No, unfortunately, I don't think I think I'm gonna need to spend some more time figuring this out off stream because I don't know what the heck's going on, but I'm not getting anywhere. They have notes that blueprints are being fixed. So maybe it's, yeah, it might be something that I don't have any power over. Call you when you can craft Polaris Torps? Bro. I already made 3. They're sitting right here. It's actually pretty crazy, dude. Like, there's... oh, my God. Guys, Pico is actually a real penguin, and he's in the game. Yeah, he's totally in the tech preview. He's standing in front of me. Oh, Chris is here, too. I can't play the audio for you guys, but he's telling me to buy a ship. He said that you'll get access sooner if you do. His words, not mine. I almost said my words, not his. This release of crafting comes with 2 materials. This includes aslarite and orite. Oritite? Oritite? And can both be found on Hurston and arealist ship minables within the trash and acidic biomes. You had to laugh at the trash biome. Of course it is Hurston. Yeah, dude, Hurston actually has a trash biome. It's pretty funny. It's weird.
Scam.
Can you use a headset to talk to the penguin, or does that only work on dolphins? It only talks through sign language. Just show it, who cares? I would personally prefer not to show it, which is why I don't even usually do these stream with it on the other screen things, because then I accidentally do what I just did. Crafting playtest will need more than 6 hours to test, as it touches on almost every aspect of SC and ties it all together. It's the first one. Maybe they do this just to see if things will run. I mean, they're literally, they've already broken it, so they're getting some kind of progress. Make sure it actually runs this time and then drop another one later this week that's longer. Just don't do what you normally do. I mean, I should probably just stop the stream at that point. Did I know Star Citizen supports ASL in game? I did. Very nice. Chris is talking about coffee cups. Funny thing is, he's a tea man. It's not a big deal. Breaking NDAs is not a big deal. You heard it here first. That's I don't know if I agree with that one. NDAs are kind of important. Good to respect them. Panzer Faustali. What the actual... just happened? Benefit man, thank you for the bits, dude. I'm guessing you attacked me. Causing trouble. Did I blow up? No. We're currently under NDA, so I can't necessarily show everything that's on the screen. You'd say less important just because the game's already in alpha. Everybody sees what's going on, but respect what's required of you. I mean, it is an alpha.
When we have the launch release date, you'll be the first to know.
I guess that means they still don't have the launch release date then. It is an alpha, but I think if there's one thing that's been proven, it's that yeah, I don't know how much it really matters. It's helpful. It certainly stops them from getting a flood of useless feedback right when they first put something out. In Devesta, yo, how you doing? Oh, you meant the noise. Yeah, I don't know what the noise was. I think that was Benefit Man doing something wild. $20-year-long alpha. Shoot, man, try 30 years. Catch up. Oh, it was a wasted sound from GTA. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Running through this space station now. We're up by Genie. You're more careful now not to do that when I'm also making that for the YouTube channel. It's always funny when that stuff shows up in the YouTube channel and people are like, what is going on this stream? Getting Space Tomato 2 videos out is funny because they are such... they're a little look into the stream, you know? And the streams are much different from my normal YouTube videos. So I realize some people... their entire idea of like Space Tomato and the content I put out and all that comes from Space Tomato 2. It's just like the deep dives and the new news videos and all the weirdness that we get into in the stream. Which I find funny and delightful. Alright, let us jump back in here. Can you craft missiles and torps? I don't know. The blueprints are broken. I'm not even in PTU. I can't even. I can't even load PTU anymore. I think they kicked me out. I think they saw the slip up and I no longer have PTU access. Tolo, I'm glad you enjoy the videos, man. Prior military? No. No, if you're asking about this tattoo, this is a Halo tattoo. It can be confusing, but it's the Master Chef guy. Halo guy is there too. I am going to, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stream up. Because I want to get off here and get back into this tech preview. And make sure I actually get some eyes on and understanding of what this whole test is about. Yeah, John Halo, exactly. Nah, this guy's better than Gordon Ramsay, dude. Being a Halo veteran is the same. Oh my god. Oh, shout out to all of the actual vets in chat. Thank you guys. I could never imagine. Yeah, this was really dumb. This was my first tattoo, dude. This was gnarly. Still waiting on the 12-hour-long mission, passenger mission YouTube video. Well, you know, it'll be there. You know how it is. It's on the way, of course. All right, folks. I'm going to go get a couple videos out for you guys today. And then I'm going to work on this crafting stuff and try and get you some coverage about that for tomorrow morning. So I'm going to pass you all on to another lovely streamer. The good, lovely folk of Star Citizen, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how it's going. Ooh, moist noodle. Mr. Spoon. Give me a moist noodle. This is moisty boy. Moisty boy. Where are we gonna go, guys? Where are we gonna go? Moist boy? Yeah, I'm thinking so. It's been a little while. Looks like he's doing something pretty fun. Good times. Some bike rides, dude. Hell yeah. Alright, guys, I'm gonna send you on and go do some crafting gameplay. I can't believe I'm saying that in Star Citizen, but let's see what they've put together. What they're hoping to beat us over the head with to make us forget that the inventory and the state of the game is currently kind of wild. Thank you all for being here for this stream. I will see you on Wednesday. Treat yourselves well. Do something you love today. Get outside, go on a walk, a little bike ride, eat a taco. Tacos are good. You're good people, though. You deserve good things. So, seriously, treat yourselves well. Have a great one. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye, folks.